Hello guys, welcome to a brand new episode of Son of a Gun. Ever since I had started the channel, I have been getting suggestions to do a G2 and B series bullet comparison video. So in this episode, I'll be reviewing a 1959 model U-frame G2 and a 1971 model heavy crank B series bullet. This part will stress on the spares and structural comparison, and the ride comparison will follow shortly. So without further ado, let's start. Royal Enfield India is unique in so many ways. The Bullet owns the record of the longest unchanged production run for any motorcycle, and that too for over 75 years. Let it be the legendary thumb, or the cult following, or the hand-painted pinstripes on the tank. The brand has so many things entirely of its own to boast of. But these are facts that most of us already know. Another curious factor that often gets overlooked is the lack of changes in the basic design and parameters for a long time. This was mainly due to the protectionist nature of the Indian economy, and no need for improvement was apparent. This is the reason why the G2 and B series have almost everything similar to a layman eye. It's a difficult task to spot a stock bullet, as so many decades have already passed. Even the two bullets that I'm reviewing haven't got everything stock. Surprisingly, there are no technical comparisons or reviews available on the web either. So I'm not gonna claim that everything I learned is authentic, but I've given an honest try. Talking about G2 and B series, we could broadly classify them as those with the G2 prefix serial number, which came till 1968, and those with a B prefix serial number, which came between 1969 to the end of 70s. G2 began in 1952 as an all-England bullet, and by 1956-57 it became part Indian, part British. B series is the all-Indian bullet which succeeded the G2. I have explained all these in the comprehensive G2 video, the link to which is posted in the description below. The 59 model under study has a U-frame, as you all know, but it is not necessary that all G2s have similar frames. G2 models from 1963 to 68 comes with bolted frame, and that model had carried on till CI production had ended. Hence, every B series bullet comes with a bolted frame, just like my 71 model here. Next is the tank monogram, which has the Royal Enfield label as seen in the G2. The B series has an Enfield India label on the other hand. Talking about fenders, all G2 models till 1962 comes with round ones, bigger bucket-shaped ones from 63 to 67, and box-shaped ones from 68 onwards. The 59 here has both original round fenders, but the 71 has a replica rear fender in place of an original box. The 59 tank is a bit narrow when compared with the 71, even though the length is almost same. I've taken some measurements to give a clear picture. An expert had told me that there are about 8 different types of G2 tanks alone. Strange is the fact that the midship breadth of both aren't much different. The G2 has British-made Dunlop rims with spokes that are arranged in a special pattern. You could see 3 spokes on one side, followed by the 4th one on the other, and this sequence is followed throughout. The B series meanwhile has a one left, one right arrangement. The 59 is supposed to have a riveted flat toolbox, unlike this one, but that information is a bit confusing. The 71 has an original semi-flat toolbox with flower nuts. This design had originated from 1960 onwards. 59 has got original handlebar, levers and dip switch, while the speedometer and ammeter aren't original. There are some vintage bullets with stadium mirrors, Harrison or Faraday throttle locks, but they were all optional. Even the Smith meter became a high-end spare from 1962 onwards, replaced by Yenkai in base variants. The 71B series has a replica handlebar, dip switch and levers. The throttle lock that you could see is also a replica. Another interesting factor is the shade of the crankcase. The British-made crankcase looks a bit dull when compared to the Indian-made one that came after 1964, as seen in our B-series bullet here. You might feel that the 71 looks more shiny because of recent buffing, but that's not the case. I had used Autosol metal polish on both, and this is the result I had got. The 59 has a center stand with no fulcrum lever, and it really hurts my back while using this. This is not the original aluminium one though. The fulcrum lever was originally introduced in 1981. Now let's see some of the similarities. The pressure relief valve bolt, V-cut, drain bolt and the 3-screw breather arrangement found in a G2 can be seen in initial B-series bullets as well. They started disappearing gradually after 1973. The serial number in a G2 comes in 2 rows after 1956. The upper one is the G2 serial and the lower one in smaller font is the Enfield India serial. In a B series bullet, we will see a B prefixed serial instead of the G2 serial, while the Enfield India serial appears in all B series till 1974. I'll be back with the second part of the series soon with detailed ride comparison. If you had liked the video, kindly subscribe to the channel and share your valuable feedback in the comment section. I'm not oblivious of the fact that most of the information that I had shared is debatable. Once again, thanks for watching, son of a gun.